Okay, I was muted that entire time, and I deserve that. Gosh, today's stream is a mess. Okay, so as I was saying, you guys, today we're working on Project Urgot, and we're going to be working on his chromas. And so I was just saying that I was masking out some of his. I was basically converting the layers into a grayscale, and then I would go in with a gradient color and also adjust the levels to kind of shrink or bring in some more value contrast so that the gradient can actually work with those values. So, and then I created a secondary metal color because I want to introduce this copper color that Zed has, which I think is cool for Urgot to have. And so I'm creating a new layer for that, and I'm going to reuse my texture and do, where is it, right here. And we're going to bring in this copper color. Okay. And then now I'm going to adjust the values. Not sure what happened to my gradient here. Okay. Cool. I think this works for prestige. I think maybe I want the copper color to be a bit more separated from that brownish color. In fact, it looks gold here. So maybe we'll do that. Okay. I'll bring this value a bit down. I think the darker parts of the metal are a bit too saturated, so I'm going to desaturate just a bit, shift it towards red. Alright, I think that's good for the prestige chroma. So I'm going to, let's see, call this prestige. Actually, I call it chromas, because I'll just rename it later. Alright, I'm going to duplicate all of these layers, and then group. And I'm going to call this the prestige folder. So that way, whenever I make more chromas, I can always go back and change that one within this program, which is great. Alright, so the next chroma that we're working on is the pearl chroma. So let's see. It's not the prestige. I'm gonna group all this. Okay. I'm gonna call it pearl. Alright, so the pearl chroma, we have a variety of examples. Some mostly have like this bright white color, which is pretty notable. And then it kind of, I guess we have like blues and some brown. So I'm going to try and copy from Lucian mostly. Oh, also for the prestige, let's go back and change this light color to something a bit different. So let's see. Gradient. Alright, and then adjust the levels. So kind of comparing to before. Kind of missing the darkest color of that metal material. Eternal about love. See before, okay. Really not getting enough contrast. I'm going to see if the HSL will help with that. It doesn't really, because the material's already kind of grayscale, but I can also just make, I think I'll just leave it at levels. I think that's fine. Now I want it to be a bright color, but not too bright, and I think that's fine with where it is now. Alright, so now I can move on to the pearl chroma. So the pearl chroma, let's shift the core power ability, which is like the red color that we have for the default skin. I'm going to search up like project pearl chroma. So for Urgot, we have it as a red color. So I want to see, I think these are good chromas here. I think Silas's pearl is this one, which is kind of bluish. So we're going to shift all the orange color to blue. And it's kind of a very pale, desaturated kind of blue. Alright, and I'm going to copy that for the reds. Skip that song. I think about there is good. Maybe a bit brighter. Okay, and then let's apply those same changes to this one. Okay. And then everywhere that we made that gold color for the metal on the Prestige will be turned into, I think, blue. I'm going to compare with High Resolution. Maybe go for a cyan kind of color. Alright, looks nice. And then the browns, we're going to switch over to kind of a yellowish kind of brown color. Kind of greenish too. Okay, looks good. And then, let's see. I think I'll also switch the leather color just to add some variation. Maybe we'll make this kind of a dark blue. Okay. The legs color, I also want to change out to something different. So maybe I'll do it as the secondary leg color as well, or the secondary material metal color. Actually, I want it to blend with the leather a bit, so let's copy that color. There. I think this is good for the pearl chroma. Let's see. I want to give a slight tint to this white metal. So where is that? Light. Make it kind of bluish. Alright, I think that works for the pearl chroma. So now let's move on to Obsidian. I'm just going to copy that folder and hide the pearl. Alright. So Obsidian kind of has a variety of variations. And I think what our pug wants is something that's more red, maybe dark blue. Maybe a bit of purple. So I'm going to try and follow Riven. So I'll make the main like power color kind of an orange, I think. Kind of copying from set splash. Shift it towards orange a bit. Alright, adjust the levels. Using the desaturation layer really helps a lot with bringing like more contrast and having more control over the values. It's like if you can see if I turn that off, like everything is kind of dull, there's not as much contrast, and then adding that desaturated layer kind of really helps to add a lot more control over those gradients. So I'm going to shift this a bit towards red. Okay. And then I'll check with my base texture to see how that compares. And it looks more orange for sure, so we're good. So for the secondary color, I think I'm going to choose kind of a dark purple. And adjust these values. Okay, I think that works. Maybe a bit desaturated, just a bit. I think I'll copy that for the legs. And adjust the levels. I think it's blending a little bit too much, so maybe we won't do the same wood color there. I wonder if we can change this bright metal to kind of a darker color. So I'm going to do kind of this gray from Yon. Okay, and then adjust levels. That looks good. Alright, and then this color, I think I'll go for kind of more of a brown, like Thrush has here. Well, just the levels. Okay. And we need to change those blue colors to the same red. And then I'm just going to compare it to some of the other chromas that I made. Okay, Prestige, Pearl. I need to rename this one to Obsidian. And I think I might make this blue color a bit more purple, just a tad. Okay. And he has a darkened face multiplier here, so I'm just going to change that color. I guess it's not really helping, so whatever. We'll move on to the other chroma. So I'm just going to copy from Obsidian. And let's switch over to, okay, the next one's Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz is kind of fun. So for this one, I'm pretty sure he wants the VFX to be pink. So let me actually see. Kind of has a lot of purple. Let me search Rose Quartz Aurelia chroma project. I mean, this looks kind of rose quartzy. I know it's her like default color scheme, but it's not quite 100%, but we can see how they treated the pinks as more like a magenta purple color. And we want to be able to replicate that for Urgot as well. Looks like Project Pike, Rose Quartz Chroma. So he has a lot of magenta happening and purple. So looks like the core powerful ability color is going to be kind of a reddish pink color. So I want to replicate that for Urgot as well. I'm just going to make the colors manually. Maybe there. All right. And then can adjust the levels. I think around there is good. Looks similar to Pike, so that's great. And then the secondary metal color, we're going to make a purple. Let me make sure I copy from the references. I'm actually set here. And more of a pink direction. Okay, that looks great. And then obviously we're switching over all of these reds to that pink color. Copy, copy. And this light metal, I think I'm gonna make kind of a white color. That's very common in rose quartz chromas. I could go for a darker color, but these were the references specifically that were provided to me, and looks like Yon has kind of a white color on his chroma, so I make sure to copy that. Just copying from his splash, but I'm gonna have to adjust these colors because obviously the splash has a different kind of lighting environment. It has different setting happening. It's not like a raw color that you would see in game. So I have to adjust that. Shifting towards a cooler hue as I go down in value. It's maybe too saturated or too bright. It looks like for some reason my mask is not set up correctly here. So I need the leather to be covering this area. Oh. Here as well. I might need to go back and adjust some of the other chromas. So that might be an area that I don't mean to recolor. Alright. I'm gonna go over to the leather. Switch it to a kind of lilac color, I think. So it's kind of bluish tone. And adjust the levels a little bit. Alright, and then change this brown color. I think I'll do it in maybe this reddish color. I'm not sure. Kind of a salmon. Right, and then adjust the levels. I want the darks to be a lot darker. Okay, I think that's good. I think this works for the rose quartz chroma. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask for feedback on this one, but we'll leave that as is. Rose quartz. And now we're switching over to the default themed chroma. So this one will be based on Urgot's original colors for his base skin, which means the source of power is going to be green. Got more yellow. Alright, and adjust those colors to kind of give us those darker values. Look about there. So one thing to watch out for as you're adjusting levels is to kind of see how the gradients react to each other. So if it's more like, if you can very clearly make out like an edge here when there's not supposed to be, like it's supposed to be a smooth transition, that's when your contrast is too high. So I need to adjust. Usually I'm adjusting the middle, the midtones. So we want like a softer transition. So I think that works. I'm gonna get this a bit darker. I think for the green this works as is. So we're gonna switch all of these other correlating colors to the same one. Alright. Then it looks like his leather color is kind of a dark blue color, so I want to copy that as well. Taking the darkest value and taking the brightest value. And then we're going to adjust the colors. Okay. Adjust those values. Cool. Secondary color I'm going to make as gold. Copying from Urgot, of course. Make sure those colors feel consistent. Okay, and then this color here I want to also be kind of that same bluish color like he has for his leather. I'm gonna try and find the brightest metal color. I'll just kind of copy from that. His face textures are kind of a little bit nasty. So I'm not trying to like copy the colors exactly. We want it to look good for project. Alright, leather color, did that change? I'm missing something here. Oh, okay, dark ones. I'll just copy its gradients. And I can see here the transition between values is kind of rough. So we want that to be a bit smoother. Somewhere around there. Although I am missing those dark values. I'm just gonna bring that back just a bit. Somewhere around there. Okay. I think I'll actually switch over his leather color here to this red. See how that looks? Okay, I think that works. The light metal color is getting some more dark values, so I'm just gonna pull that in just a bit. Okay, I think overall this is working. Maybe I'll adjust the secondary color just a bit. Something like that. Okay, I think that works for now. I'll get some critiques on that, and we'll see if we're good with that. We're gonna call this the Urgot, actually default chroma, I guess. Let's see how rose quartz compares. Obsidian. Pearl. And prestige. Nice. I think the pearl and prestige are my favorites. Rose quartz might need a bit of work. The default is okay. It's probably going to need some adjustments. But let's switch over to the amethyst chroma. And Arpog is very adamant about this specific concept by Mordekaiser. He likes those colors, so we're going to pull those. So it looks like the brightest value here is kind of a reddish purple. I want to go a bit darker, Then it actually goes down to a blue. So it's going to be looking a bit neon, I guess. It's kind of cool, actually. This is actually cool. I might go back and reuse this concept with the gradient for the other chromas. Alright. Damn, that looks nice. Alright, the secondary color. think we'll make that sort of a cobalt, not really cobalt, like a navy blue, kind of purple as well. Keep it desaturated. Okay. And adjust the levels. Mostly looking at his legs, but also this is getting kind of flat. So I need to find a sweet spot. Like around there. But also bring back those leg details. Might need to adjust the colors a bit. Yeah, that helps. Cool. I'm gonna pull up the product Senna skin. Actually, I think I have it here because it has some really nice purples overall. The leather is gonna be a dark purple. I'm gonna copy from Senna. We completely lost the leather, and that's because we need to adjust the values. Okay. Might tighten up transitions a bit. Okay, I think that works. And then the light metal color is going to be kind of bluish. This is probably my favorite chroma. Okay, just those values. It's getting a bit too bright overall. Put back some of those details. Alright, looks nice. And then I'm going to switch over this blue kind of color, if I can find it. Okay. We'll do this as a purple as well. Just kind of color picking from center. And we'll have to adjust. I'm gonna go back to the Mordekaiser concept. I think purple project skins in general are pretty nice. Maybe I'll make this leather color. That's not really. I guess it's leather. Let's keep that purple. I'm gonna go back to the leather the actual leather and kind of shift it towards brown instead. We want to bring back a bit of a contrast in color. Okay. Adjust the levels. Around there. Cool. I'm going to go back to this dark metal color and then kind of shift it a bit more towards blue so it doesn't blend with that purple power color. There we go. That looks fantastic. This is definitely my favorite chroma. I'm going to call this Amethyst. And copy that folder again. Now we're moving to a G2 chroma. So this is the G2 esports team, and appears to be that like white and black and perhaps a bit of gold is their colors, maybe white. Search up esports team G2. I want to make sure I have the colors correct. Okay, yeah. They seem to have black, white, and black and white with red as their primary colors, and then they have just a little bit of yellow. So I also want to do the same for the chroma. So I think the power color will be probably red. So I'll just do it here. It's a very bold red color. It's not like towards pink or orange. It's just like red. So we want to make sure that we are getting that. And let me switch this over to the reds mask so you guys can actually see what's happening. Dark red. I wonder if I should bring like some sort of bounce light color. Maybe something a bit more orange. I want to keep the mid-tone at that bold red color. Maybe pick this neon color. Okay, I think that works. It's pretty similar to the like actual default red color, but that's okay. Kind of introduce a little bit of yellow just to make it a bit different from the base. Okay. And I want this dark metal color to be more towards black. You never want to go full black when it comes to League of Legends textures because it's just too much contrast. So I'm gonna brighten up these values just a bit. and then adjust the levels. Might be kind of a grayish color, which works. I think that's fine. And then white. So let's see. I could also do something different and flip the light colors to something dark, and then the dark colors to something light. So let's try that actually. Copy that white color. Kind of turns a bit more to the blue side as we get darker. You guys, I think I'll wrap up the stream in about 15 minutes. So for any of you who are in chat, if you want to ask questions or make any comments, make sure you do that. So there's the dark color. I'm going to adjust the lights, mask, and this is the one that we want it to be darker. So we're going to have to adjust the levels. Okay. And for the dark metal, the originally dark metal, we had to make that brighter with the values. I want to bring in some of those blacks. Okay, I think that works. The transitions are kind of rough, which means I just need to adjust the levels a bit more. And perhaps my gradient. Okay, I think that works. All right, and then I want the actual leather color to be, I think we'll make it red. Just to bring that color back in. Or we could make it gold. I'm gonna keep it as red for now, and then add another gradient filter, and then make it gold. I do want to see what that looks like. And then let me also copy over the orange, the red colors to the other correlating masks. All right, and let's switch from the red leather to the gold, see which one vibes better. I think the red's better. Yeah, I think I prefer the red. So we'll keep it there, and then adjust levels. All right. I think that works. And then I'm going to switch over the leg color, something different. Adjust the levels. I think there is fine. Could be too dark for in-game view, but we'll just leave this one as is for now. And we're going to call this G2. So I'm going to copy over the amethyst chroma just because I feel like the masks and the gradients and all that were a lot cleaner. So now we're moving on to the USA chroma. Alright, and the source of power for this one I think will be might change things up and make it blue, because I feel like we've been doing a lot of red as the source of power. So I'm just going to switch this over to kind of a navy blue color. It kind of turns into a purple on the other side. Okay, and then copy all of that color for the other masks. Correlating materials. Alright, cool. I like that. And then I think I want the might keep the light area as a bright color. Shift it towards kind of grayscale, kind of. Okay. So that's the light metal, and then the leather. Maybe we'll do red for that. So I'm just going to color pick from the American flag. And then adjust those colors. Okay, levels. Cool. We need more red color in other places as well. So for the secondary metal, I think we'll put that as red. Just in levels. Okay, that works. And then the legs we'll do as a white. Because we're going from a dark color to begin with, I have to adjust the values a lot. It's pretty rough, and that might be because of my gradients. Looks so pixelated, I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Okay. Keep the black values there and then adjust my gradient. Still looks pretty rough. I think it's the blacks. There. That's better. And let's adjust our gradient again. So I really want to make that darker. I think around there is good. I think this works for the American USA chroma. The only thing is that I'll have to add like little stars and stuff. And we can do that another time. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chromas. So we've completed all of the chromas. So let's check out the chromas. Prestige. Here's a prestige. Looks pretty cool. That's definitely one of my favorites. And then we have the pearl. Pretty good. I think that one's great too. And then obsidian. Obsidian is okay. I feel like it could be better, so I might improve on that one a little bit more. And then rose quartz. Rose quartz is okay too. I need to change that leg color. I might do something that matches with the leather here. It's kind of like a dark bluish kind of purple color, or I'll make it white. So that one's not too bad. And then default chroma. This one's okay. I might flip the blue color with the red, we'll see. And then the amethyst. Amethyst I think is perfect. That's one of my favorites for sure. Top favorite. And then G2. G2 looks good. I think it's good. The legs are kind of disappearing with the details and all that, so I might need to adjust the levels and figure that out a bit more. And then the US chroma is the final one. I think this one looks great. It just needs some stars and stuff. But yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining the stream and kind of seeing my process. Happy New Year, man. Hey, Happy New Year. But yeah, I think that's it for today. On tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next week on Monday, I might be working on Zobi, although we've been working on it for quite a bit. Yeah, I'll answer your question before I leave, Cloppy. So, I might work on Zobi, but I'm not sure because we've kind of been doing her a lot. So I might do a new project. We don't really have anything else that we've been working on, so I want to try something new so that we can have kind of a different rotation going on. So Monday we might be doing something new, and that's it for today. Let me answer Cloppy's question before I leave. Before we leave, custom skins are going to be gone because of Vanguard. What are your thoughts? So I talked about this on Monday and I think a little bit of Wednesday's stream. We're not really sure what the state of custom skins is going to be with the introduction of Vanguard. The likelihood is that we will no longer be able to use LCS and our custom skin programs. So I would recommend for anybody not to use custom skins once Vanguard comes out, and that'll be around March or February, I think, and March, somewhere around there. You might get banned for using them, so I would recommend for everyone not to. Riot hasn't really acknowledged us and how Vanguard is going to affect our entire community, and we need our voices to be heard about that because you know, there's a lot of us that have dedicated a lot of time and effort and work to this, and we just want Riot to acknowledge us and see, like, if we can find a solution. Maybe they can whitelist our LCS program, and we can continue using on custom skins and also preventing cheaters in games. As far as I know, custom skins are not harmful. There's no custom skin out there that like makes hitboxes easier. I mean, maybe there is, or maybe there might be like an individual person who's made that kind of mod for themselves, but we, especially at RuneForge, and I guess Killer Skins has now been absorbed by RuneForge, we're now the same thing. We do not promote those kind of mods. So if we see those type of mods, we're not going to allow them to be put on the website. So we do follow with Riot's 2S, and we want to follow the rules. We don't want to break anything. So not sure about the state of custom skins. We'll have to see how that develops. But as of now, I'll continue working on. I do want to work on personal projects more, so I do want to introduce that into my streams, and also I'll still keep making lead content, just a little bit less maybe. We'll see. We'll see how things develop. Um, okay, but you think the community will find a workaround? I think I think we will. There's a possibility, but it could also get patched very quickly. So, I mean, we'll have to see. It'd be great if we can get our program whitelisted. But so I hope that answers your question, Copy. Um, but yeah, I'll see you guys next week on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend, and yeah, bye bye.